welcome to you all. Namaste. This is Sagittarius's reading for March 2017. Now, before I started your reading, Sagittarians, I did some intuitive work for you and picked up a few messages along the way. So for you guys, the words that came were silence. It's time to steady your busy minds. It says your angels are trying to communicate with you, and in taking some time out to experience silence and meditate, you will hear the messages that are coming to you. So calming the mind and connecting with nature. Also, the blue area of the body, the throat chakra, was going to be part of your message as well. So Sagittarians, we are using 4 of these cards from the Morgan Greer deck and then another 4 from the Energy Oracle deck as clarifiers or extenders. So Sagittarians, not much shuffling involved there. Your first card is the Sun. Your second card is the 4 of Wands. Your third card is the Emperor, and your fourth card is the Hanged Man. So 3 major arcanas out of the 4 cards there, and they are quite pleasant ones in many ways, the Sun especially. Lots of sort of orange and yellow colours going on there for Sagittarius. Healer of the Ages. Wow. Door to romance. Indecision and action. Interestingly enough, the indecision card here actually matches very much with the Hanged Man over here. They almost feel as though they should be paired that way, and also the Emperor is known as the man of action. So it feels as if they've crossed themselves over a little bit, but we'll work through with that and see what the actual messages are. So you had in the very beginning the silence and the fact that you have messages wanting to be delivered to you, and you have received the Healer of the Ages card in there. So that's a pretty powerful one, as well as the fact that you had the 3 major arcanas. I think this is a really big reading for you guys, Sagittarius, given the fact that we have just come through the 2 eclipses in February. And March itself was quite an interesting month with a lot of change globally. We'd go through the weather pattern changes or the change of season. So we'll start with the left-hand column, the Sun and the Healer of Ages. The 2 cards together are almost a double message, because the Sun itself is considered to be one of our most important healers on the planet. It heals, or it grows, or it nurtures every living organism, including ourselves. And if you look at the card, the Healer of Ages, he too seems to have these beautiful orbs of energy shining from various parts of him, his heart, his head, his hands, and as well there is fire in the background, which is literally what the Sun is. So the Healer of Ages card is known about health and vitality, and some of the messages from the card actually say this powerful being brings the force of ancient wisdom and profound healing. The light of divine consciousness pours from his hands and heart, flowing to you with love and a powerful healing intention. This amazing entity is with you now, bringing resolution to physical, mental and emotional ills, helping to unblock stuck energy and revitalize your life force. And the Sun does exactly that. It's what enables life on the planet. So Sagittarians, you've been given this like bolt of energy from the galactic cosmos source. If you tune into it, you might find you are able to see amazing things about your life, about the direction you want to head in, about tangible and intangible aspects or perspectives of your own self, of your encompassing relationships, of your career possibilities, of everything. It's extremely powerful 2 cards. It truly is a gift, and it does take me back to the words I got delivered for you guys when it said, you know, be in silence to hear the words that are coming for you from your celestial energies or guardian angels or angels. So an absolutely wondrous beginning for the month that will, I think, take you right through the year. You could literally pull on this type of energy. So any time as you move through the year, if you are having ills or aches or pains or doubts or emotional trauma, come back to this reading and go over it again and pick up the same energy. It's there for you, I would say, for a very long time as the year progresses. The sun is also the same. It is also very symbolic of beautiful relationships, close harmony, conception of new things, pregnancies, the birth of a children, love, romance, partnership, nurture, strength, growth. It's just all of the positives. And we come to the next two cards and we have more of the same. So the Four of Wands is about a happy family or a happy home life. It can be a time when engagements are in the air. So when someone offers you a proposition to a romance or an engagement, or possibly you even preparing to ask a partner to become engaged. And you have the same down here, the daughter romance. Some of you feel as though just love is in the air and it's blossoming. I shouldn't be surprised if some of you at this point in your life meet a potential very special partner who could be a soulmate or a twin flame type energy. So this could be a very profound connections coming your way. Now remember, these can be not necessarily just romantic, but they can be platonic. They can also be business related relationships, forming the basis of extremely successful potential business ventures and entrepreneur type things as well. So there's so much opportunity in this reading. I thought initially Cancer had probably one of the best readings, but you guys have surpassed that now, and in fact yours is the last reading I'm doing, so I often think the last is often the best. The Four of Wands also represents moving to a happy home. So if any of you have been in an unhappy home space, perhaps that is also clearing at this time. Some of you may be moving away from an unhappy home to a better place or a new house, or have purchased a new home. And others of you will just find that your home life becomes more harmonious and that there is just more love flourishing in the air. We come to the third row and we see the Emperor, and he's often known as this time of year, the March-April energy time, and he can be a person who is potentially a new partner. Some of you might find a fire sign or an Aries type person walking into your life. He often is actually portrayed as an older man, so it could literally be someone like that, and he could be one of these new romantic partners, or part of this whole bliss thing over here. He is quite forthright and determined and quite rigid in the way he rules his life and others around him. Now he can also be representative of a lawyer or an accountant or the tax man or someone along those lines. He can be someone who gives you very sound, solid, logical, legal advice. Now the card underneath the indecision, it could be the fact that you are possibly going to see this person to try and make up your mind, do I go left or do I go right? And it feels as though perhaps you are seeking to see him to find more information out about a scenario that you need to make a decision on. So if there is an indecision in part of your life, you are being definitely told to try and take action on that, because all these cards over here seem to be aligned and connected. So the indecision card could also be relating back to the Emperor, who might be presenting himself as a potential mate or partner within a business or something like that, or a new employee or a new employer, and you can't seem to make up your mind. So it's quite important to somehow form the ability to have a decision making period for yourself. So do all the things that help that, write down a list, reasons why you should do this and reasons why you shouldn't. You'll find that one list is longer than the other. You may find asking other people for some either thoughts on the idea as well might be helpful, or asking other people what they might suggest or what they feel themselves. Also connect with your gut instinct and trust yourself a little bit more about the decisions you are making. Inevitably, we usually do know deep down whether we're doing the right or the wrong thing. So bring that up to the surface a little bit more. And that might help you with your decision making around this topic that the Emperor is involved with. Now, coming to the last cards, the Hanged Man and the action underneath. The Hanged Man, again, is often a time of illumination in our life where we seem to get an aha moment of understanding a crux or a situation or a direction. So he can turn up when our life is at a crossroads and you do have to pick A or B, and you are literally here going, oh, which one? And the Hanged Man has this tendency to stall the procedures because he isn't ready to make the decision, but also sometimes because the universe is making it difficult or murky for you to see as well, meaning that you feel your options aren't clear enough, so you get stuck at the crossroads. But again, you're being told down here you must take the action. So that card there, the action one with the black and white horse, is very much about balance and harmony and looking at both sides of perspective, but keeping everything moving forward. So I think from my perspective of the way the cards have lined themselves up and my understanding, it's kind of willing you to make a decision and move out of the paralysis that stops you from moving forward when that like indecision card is around. It's sort of time to let go of the analysis and self-doubt that might have been holding you back in making some of these decisions. You need to consider which direction resonates most with you, both in the process and in the goal, but follow your heart and make the honouring choice and take the action. So I think for you, this is a very powerful month. As I said, there's some amazing support, there's answers for you, especially over here through this healing energy. They can provide a lot of insight and connect you with your higher self so that you make the right decisions as you move forward. It feels as though Sagittarians are being offered some great shift, or it's like being able to look into the crystal ball and see the future and feel it within yourself. So again, it's telling me that you have decisions to make, you have actions to take, you have love in the air, you have opportunities that are boundless, and you have plenty of movement forward in a positive way. So don't hesitate, guys. Get on that horse and race into the month of March, and then I think you will find that will keep you racing forward as the year goes ahead. So really powerful, lovely reading for you. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I love it when you leave your comments. Please remember to sub the channel, because otherwise when I upload new videos they tend to be really difficult to find. So thanks again, I appreciate you joining me, and I wish you all the very best with much wonderful healing, love, romance and action. Namaste.